Copywriting isn't dead if that's what you're currently thinking, or you've been heavily marketed to saying copywriting is dead, email marketing is dead, paid ads are dead, everything is dead when it comes to some sort of marketing strategy. Just be in the mind that what they're trying to do is generally sell you their own narrative, their bias towards a certain thing, and filter you into a course. But is copywriting dead? Absolutely not. If anything, it's on the rise. More people are looking for it. There's just a different way now that you have to position yourself in terms of getting into the marketplace in the first place. All right. So let's crack on. Copywriting isn't dead. You're just doing it wrong. And why 2026 is actually the best time to be a copywriter if you are good. All right. That is key. If you are good. Now, don't worry, if you're a complete beginner, that's not a problem. This is still going to help you massively. So, here's copywriting, right? So, killed by TV, the internet, SEO2, social media, ChatGPT, AI again, AI, everything, right? There's so many things nowadays that just make, I guess, the business life a lot easier. They can leverage AI tools, they can use things like Claude, ChatGPT, Manus AI, and effectively they can have emails written, sales page written, website done for them, and everything else within a couple of minutes. But that doesn't mean that what the emails, the copy is pumping out is any good. If anything, the most of the AI stuff I've been listening to and reading is just absolute slop. And the downside is that if you don't understand the core frameworks when it comes to the copywriting side of things, it's not going to matter. All right, you can write anyone can put a prompt into AI and write an email. It doesn't mean it's a good email. It doesn't mean it's going to sell anything. So the key thing is being good and understanding what the frameworks look like, why people buy in the first place, and happy days, how you position yourself into the market. So let me move my big ass head out of the way so you guys can see what's going on here. AI killed killed copywriting, the internet, probably. All right, no. So every few years, something kills copywriting. TV, the internet, SEO2, social media. More specifically now is going to be like AI, right? AI is just the latest villain in this whole story. Okay. And just like every time before, copywriting is still very much here. The truth, this one different, but not in the way you think. AI didn't kill copywriting, it killed lazy copywriting. Now, you can say right now that, Matt, this whole PowerPoint is AI. And you know what? It bloody is, because I don't want to create a slide when I can get it done in a couple of minutes. But that doesn't mean it's copywriting. I'm not trying to sell anything to you. I'm not putting any kind of like selling effort into me trying to convince you to buy something. So there is no reason for me to do that. It's just general and keeping it generic for me to read off the screen, and happy days. We're all good. But that's the basis of everything we're going to be talking about, right? So AI didn't kill copywriting, it killed lazy copywriting. So if you think about it as being like not very good, it's just made it easier for people to say they're copywriters. It's like you could be qualified as a personal trainer, have zero background in fitness, but it's not really like what's the word I'm looking for? There's no real is it scope? I can't think of the word, but whatever. You could be anyone essentially and become an online coach, right? You don't have to have a coaching background, but if you're good at marketing, you could probably do very well. So anyway, the real fear, yes, AI is real. All right, it's not going anywhere, and if anything, it's going to get better, because as Alex Hormozi once said, this is as bad as it's going to get. As in, it's only going to get better from here. All right, and it's bloody good already. AI can produce words fast, right? But not fast doesn't always mean good. All right, it just means it's more volume. All right, AI output is generic and brands nobody and emotionally flat. Again, if you don't know why people buy, if you don't know the behavioral traits, if you don't know how to elicit any kind of emotion from your copy, then your copy is just going to sound soulless and dead and bloody boring. And guess what? No one likes to read boring, soulless content. All right, they want to read something that's just kind of takes them out of their everyday life, for instance, and just maybe have a bit of humor, a bit of soul, a bit of humanness to the words that you are writing for your client or for yourself. So businesses are drowning in AI generated slop, and they know it. They do. If you go on LinkedIn, if you go on Indeed, if you look on job sites, nothing help. Like there's loads of Facebook job sites for copywriting specifically. People are still looking for copywriters every single day. There's always something up there, and that's because they've understood on some level that yes, AI can help increase the amount of volume, but it doesn't mean they're going to increase the number of clients or customers that get into the business. If anything, sometimes it can be worse. And it's the whole idea of, you don't need to be um, amazing at copywriting. You simply just need to know the fundamentals of why copywriting works. All right. And then happy days, you're good. Okay. The demand for human voice, nuance, persuasion is going up. All right. So people want more human. And if anything, people can get more skeptical. They can whiff out AI stuff, those bloody M dashes and everything else, which for me personally, I like an M dash. It's just annoying that I can't use them anymore. Or I can, but then I'm like, you use AI, mate. I was like, fuck off. I like an M dash, but can't even use those anymore. Apparently, the market doesn't want more words; it wants better ones. All right. So again, it's speaking to the market, and if you know how to do this, you're going to be absolutely fine. So the businesses aren't hiring fewer copywriters; they're hiring better ones. All right. So it just means that entry, if you are, think of it this way, right? If you've just come into the game, if you're brand new, you don't know anything about copywriting, AI allows you essentially to come up and write an email, right? And you can send that email to a client, you can send it as a pitch and think it's good, but actually it's not. It just looks good because you don't understand what good looks like. And that's not an attack on you. That's just, a couple of years in the game, or just picking up a few copywriting books, understanding why an email works the way that it does, why it's written a certain way, why an ad is formatted a certain way, the frameworks of a sales page, all that kind of good stuff. If you understand that, then fine, you can riff off it, you can start creating emails and copying content around it. But if you don't, it's you basically assume everything is going to be good when the actual fact it's not. So the bar is never been lower in the sense of more copywriters coming in, more people coming in, but they have zero experience and they don't know what copywriting is. All right, so it's just made people lazy. So just remember that. Entry levels are right anything for $10. Copywriting, £10 again, used to dollars now. Copywriting, yes, that's under pressure, but skilled, strategic, brand aware copywriters more in demand than ever. So if you know how to identify problems in a business that you want to work with and you can give them a solution that's very clear and you can present it to them, happy days, you're good. All right. And companies that use AI for everything are going back to humans. Now, I know you're looking at the word quietly and thinking, yeah, it's overused. I don't like it myself. I hate it when I'm like doing emails and things like that. That's why I write it myself. Quietly, I just don't like it. I don't know why it even uses that word a lot. But yeah, companies that use AI for everything are quietly coming back to humans. And again, like I said, you go on LinkedIn, you go on job sites, you'll see a pivot. There was a rage where AI was everything, but now people are suddenly realizing actually we need people to do this. We need confidence, if anything, that this is good. Okay. And in happy days, we are rolling. So next one. Let's move my big ass face out of the way. Put myself over this evil guy with flags. So the copywriters winning now have three things. All right. They understand the psychology of why people buy. That is an absolutely huge trait. If you understand why people buy and make decisions and what brings out the emotion, what they don't like to hear, happy days. Then how to write copy that resonates in some way, shape, or form. Right. A deep understanding of psychology. Right. That's what I said. They know exactly why people buy, not just what to say. All right, that's absolutely key. All right, distinct human voice. All right, again, I've been on LinkedIn a lot. I've seen Facebook posts from people I used to like reading about, like just like reading their posts, and now they just suck ass because it's just, I know that it's just been written with a prompt from an AI, and even the stories that they tell suck. They're void of any emotion. They tried to be emotional, but you can tell it's all just been written by an AI and not the actual person, which in essence takes out the emotion from the story, and I believe in them less. Even if the story is true, it just means what the fuck, just sucks, suck a dick. But anyway, a distinct human voice. Oh no, so this is proof that this is live. All right, I'm literally just clicking buttons at this point. If I can make it as a copywriter and I'm shite with tech, so can you. All right, confidence is key. Strategic thinking, they understand funnels, conversion, and the entire customer journey. So, a good thing to look out for, right? If you know why people are falling off a funnel, if you know where maybe conversions might be lost, why calls aren't being booked, is it something to do with the front end? Is it something to do with the back end? Is there a congruency issue between like maybe what the ad is saying compared to what the landing page is saying to where what the emails are saying? And you can spot this kind of stuff and you can go back to a prospect and say, you know what, this is the issue. This is the problem. We can fix it. Happy days. You've just now positioned yourself as someone who is not just a copywriter, but also a strategic thinker and can think levels above than just the standard copywriter that they may assume is just anyone and everyone these days. So it all comes down to essentially the positioning and how you position yourself when it comes to the average side of things. So move my face again. The fastest way to future-proof your career: read, study, practice, repeat. All right. So it's all the fundamentals. It's all the boring stuff. Get good at being good. All right. Get good at the boring stuff. All right. So stuff. It's very easy to get lazy. I've done it. You get to a certain point, and like, I don't need to learn anymore, and then you start getting to a certain level, and you plateau. You don't learn anymore. You don't essentially get any better, and the thinking kind of gets more narrowed, right? Or broad, narrowed as opposed to broader thinking levels, right? So read the classics. I can never pronounce the word, but Ogilvy, advertising, cash advertising, copywriting handbook. I'm dyslexic also, so there we are. Take courses, even one good course. I recommend Mike Samuels. Mike Samuels is one of my old mentors. He has a course which is fantastic. It's action-based psychology. Jump on that. It's brilliant. Just a slight plug. I get no money for that. Just he's a good guy. He's fantastic what he does. Study great ads, break landing pages, great email sequences, reverse engineering, create a swipe file. You can write them by hand. You can write them, write by hand. Just it's kind of more of a practice. It's more manual, and it can just like stick in your head a little bit more, and you get a real feel for how the copy is written. And then write every day. It might sound boring, but if you want to get good at this, write every day. All right. If you take a couple of months away and you don't write, it can feel a little harder just to get back into the groove again. And it sucks because you start then thinking you're not very good, but really you are. You're just taking a break. So just keep practicing, get better, learn new stuff, invest in courses. And if you want, it's subtle plug, you want to drop a call with myself and you're like a little call with me, like consultation, whatever, just click the Zoom link in the description and go ahead and book one in. So the copywriters getting the best clients are building in public. So nowadays, kind of branding is key, right? People aren't necessarily hiding behind Gmail. They are literally building a brand, or at least putting themselves out there on social media: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, doesn't particularly matter, just to be seen as some sort of authority, because that is key, being seen as sort of an authority. So let's say you apply for a gig on LinkedIn, all right? They're then going to check out your social feed, all right? So if you've got nothing on there and it's just a picture of a grey background and no face, or you've got no posts related to anything marketing and it's all just like life, then it's like, okay, well, I don't really know who this person is. Can I really buy into them? Do they have results? Are they actually good at what they do? Too many questions, and therefore they might just pivot and go to someone else. All right. So it's key to have some sort of social presence. All right. So a post a day can do all the wonders. If you're using Instagram, a couple of stories and also a post again can do wonders as well. Even if you're not offering something, just getting yourself out there is key. Share your thinking, your process, your wins, and your lessons, all of that good stuff. Even if you're new, you can just mention that. It's called the Pratfall effect. Just mention you are new. But the benefits of being new is that you don't have a shit ton of clients. So therefore, you can focus heavily on one person and make sure that you are doing the good job. Essentially, you don't have to put them at the end of the pile. You'll have their fullest attention. There are advantages of being new. Position yourself as an expert, not just a service provider. So again, talk about authority. Understand what it is that you do. Show that you understand copywriting fundamentals. Show that you understand why ads work. Show you understand why a landing page might not convert. Show you understand why emails suck and why they won't suck. Comparison, for instance. Maybe it's tip into your own story. People are a little bit nosy. I'd love to know that. And when someone is choosing between you and Faceless Freelancer, your content wins at the end of the day. All right. So just remember that. It's like when I do my cold outreach nowadays, I add a photo of myself because for some reason I can't add a photo on my Gmail, which is really annoying. So I add a photo of me just in my clothes saying, look, this is a face to the name. I'm not just an AI robot. There we go. You can check me out in my poorly dressed clothes. So there we go. So move my head again, doing a lot of moving heads. Cold email isn't dead either. It isn't, because I've So I've gone a bit lazy with this, right? But I've reached out to maybe 5 people last week. I used to be absolute killer with a cold email, whereby I'd wake up at say 6 in the morning, and I would just do as many cold emails as I could before I was working as a PT. I'll be off shift, and then I'll do some more cold emails, and then get home and do a couple more cold emails. And I was relentless. I probably did hundreds. All right. And nowadays I don't do so much, which I need to get back on. But out of the 5 emails I sent, I got 2 replies. They haven't led to anything, but 2 replies. Maximize that. Those are 100 emails I had to send. That could have been 20 replies. All right. And then maybe like 3 paying clients at the end of it. Cold email works. The positioning matters, and also the belief that people are still hiring, because they do. All right. You just need to stand out. You need to give them something valuable that they're like, holy shit, if this guy can give me something like this and it's free, then what can he do? You know, if he can send over a Loom video of like where my conversions are leaking and somehow he knows this, great. I want to speak to this guy. You're giving them something of value. All right. So yes, I've got replies last week. Still wanted to see cold email, brand presence, and unstoppable combinations. So you got social proof, you got social media presence, you got some sort of brand behind you, and you're cold emailing. Happy days. Personalized research, value led, cold emails still get responses. So nothing bland, generic, like that can just be printed off anything, templated, and just sent off a million times. There's no value there. Why people are going to care? They're not. The key: don't pitch immediately with inside genuine observation. I genuinely like to end my cold emails by saying, if this has interested you, we can have a chat. No pressure. But then I'll put in the PS section something like, FYI, I'll reach out if you're somehow blown away by this pitch and I was utterly speechless, and you'd like to have and you forget to reply. No worries, I will send a follow up in the next few days. Again, that's an incentive. Then that if they don't want me to follow up, they can tell me. But it's also, I'm going to follow up in a few days. And follow up, always follow up. Don't ever stop following up, and that's a key to myself as well. Get back on the follow-ups. Follow-ups are where the money is made. Always. I very, very rarely ever made any money, any clients off the cold email. Ever. Okay, maybe a few times, but the follow-ups is key. All right. Maybe the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One client took 6 months, and he happened to be the best client I worked with. Took 6 months, but he got there. I gave up actually 4 months, and then it took 2 months after that to go, okay, sorry, mate. We've used your ad. It's really good. Let's work together. I was like, mate, you could have just said something. 6 months, just leave me hanging. All right. But there we go. And then the opportunity. All right. So look, move my head again. It's a good exercise for my fingers. The opportunity is enormous. All right. Stop looking at small pool. Here's where a copywriter. Look, I'm not going to read the rest of it. Everywhere is looking, or at least there is potential everywhere. All right. You have websites, you have landing pages, you have YouTubes, you have YouTube scripts nowadays. I like to try and get myself into, like, so like long form copy, and they're fun. Webinar scripts, creative direction, like ads, in-house brand teams, email sequences, newsletters, social media content, SMS, which is like text messages, conversional copy, LinkedIn, Indeed, job boards, e-commerce products, copy, loads of job sites, YouTube job sites. There's every way you can look essentially to get work. Like, it is endless. If you're just looking at one pool, and like copywriting job boards as well, there's plenty of those. You got Upwork and Fiverr as well, but it's like a fight to the death on that one. It's just absolutely painful. But yeah, like, there's plenty of opportunity there. There is plenty. It's just we maybe make the mistake of just narrowing our focus on just one thing, like one pool, when there's actually a large pool. All right, that's the good thing about copywriting, right, or marketing in general. As long as people need money, clients or customers into their business and need to make money, you're always going to have some sort of input with that. All right. So the opportunity is enormous. So again, move my head out of the way. Stop competing with AI. Start doing what AI can't. Use AI as speed, research drafts, ideation, not to replace your thinking. Fantastic with that. I like to use Manus AI. I think it's a fantastic tool for first drafts, frameworks, analyzing ads, analyzing YouTube channels, giving you deep research of forums and Quora and Reddit. Everything else is brilliant. Bringing out brand voice is fantastic. Can give you about an 80% rough draft, and it just makes your life a little bit easier. Again, you'd go through it with a fine comb with your copy brain and just go, yep, I can make this better. The copywriters who thrive will be the ones who use AI and outthink it. All right. And this is a skill upgrade moment, not a career exit. All right. So you just got to get better. You just got to understand why copy works at the end of the day, and just repeat the process at the end of the day. So what to do this week. Pick one platform, post something about copywriting today, and get out there. Order one book from the recommended list. Order your own website, LinkedIn profile. Do it. Does it seem like an expert? All right. Are you saying who you're working with? If not, make sure you do. Send 5 personal cold emails to potential clients or even your warm network. Follow up and outstanding leads you've been sitting on. If you already are following, if you've already sent cold emails and you've completely forgot about the follow-ups, do that, even if it's in the DMs. All right. And that is everything. So copywriting isn't dead. People are still looking for business at the end of the day. So let's get out of the head. Do the cold, do the fundamentals, reach out to people, build connections, follow up, rinse and repeat. Happy days. If you like that video, hit subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. Love to help. Take care, guys, and I'll speak to you in the next video.